They've been on the scene since the mid-1980s, and their country pop sound has been pleasing listeners ever since. Hi, I'm Rebecca Brayton, and welcome to WatchMojo.com. And today we're speaking with Jim Cuddy of Blue Rodeo about what the future has in store for this iconic Canadian band.
Now it's all covered up, double talking lies.
What can we expect in the future from Blue Rodeo?
Well, we have a kind of an important anniversary next year, so 25 years since Outskirts came out. Greg's going to remix, we have some archival stuff from that period of time. So while I'm out touring, this makes me nervous. He's going to be there remixing all this stuff. So we'll see. I think what we're going to do is remaster and add to or change the first 5 records. Then we will make another record next year, I think in the same manner we made 5 Days in July. Go to Greg's farm, get the truck set up in a way that's comfortable for him and for us, and do that.
That you're leaving, well, that comes as no surprise.
Now, I know there have been some rumors about Blue Rodeo and Greg leaving the stage and that kind of thing. Do you want to clear that up for us?
You know, it's not like we've been secretive about this. Greg has had really bad ear problems, and as of last September, he couldn't even be on a stage. We came back from a tour in the United States, and his ears were so sensitive that he had to stay home and just not have any loud sounds. So that condition has really eased, just with rest and with just staying healthy. The Winnipeg Folk Festival wanted us to do 5 Days in July in its entirety and in a sequence. So we decided, okay, let's do that, and those are quieter songs, and they're easy for Greg to participate in. So we reconfigured our stage setup, we made it quieter on stage, we did that whole record, and that became the beginning of a very, very enjoyable summer. We relearned all those songs. Even though we've been playing them for years, we've been really crunching them down by playing too loud. And so we kind of found that groove again that we had then. If we want to do a louder song, which we do occasionally, we have Colin Cripps, who plays in my band, come and play guitar, and Greg will go off stage. So I think that's what people are responding to, is that Greg seems to leave the stage and they don't know why, even though, like I said, we've been very open about his ear problems. It's just volume. It's not that he doesn't like those songs. It's not that he's too egocentric to be on stage when he's not singing. I've heard the funniest rumors, but it's just that it's too loud.
I can't imagine there being any divas in Blue Rodeo.
Oh, Greg's a diva, don't get me wrong. But he's not that bad a diva.
I thought it was interesting when you were talking about, finding new subtleties in the music by, being forced to play it quieter and acoustically and stuff like that. 5
Days in July was a record that transformed us as a band. We did it as just a toss-off project. We just wanted to do an acoustic record. But what we discovered that at a quieter volume, the polyrhythms matter more. So the little internal rhythms really matter, because you can hear them and feel them, and everybody plays off them. We played that record for a couple of years, and then we just started incorporating it into our set. As we gradually incorporated it into a louder, bigger stage set, those particular nuances in the rhythm especially got flattened out. You couldn't hear them anymore if you're just playing so loud. It's so, going back to that record and listening to it and thinking, we are not as groovy as that band anymore. We are way more meat and potatoes rock, and we need to get back to that. That was a really, really important rediscovery for us. And it's funny that what we thought at the time was there's an enormous impact from quieter music if it's the right quieter music. It doesn't have to be stillness. It can be rhythms at a quieter volume that still are, very arousing. They just don't have to be loud. So it was a good rediscovery for us.
With what do you credit your lasting success?
You know, trying to figure out why people like you is impossible. However, we've really tried to be loyal to the people that like us. You don't have to travel to see us. We're going to come where you live. So we travel a lot to people. I think that we came along at a time when Canadian music was just being embraced, and we caught people at a time in their lives when they were, they were at university, or they're in their first job, or they were in the end of high school. I think we became something for them, not just us, but other bands of our generation became bands that represented to them a discovery and were the soundtrack of their new lives. We try to play well. We try to keep ourselves in shape to do it. We don't rely on just our old music. We try to keep putting out new music. If those factors are the ones, then we had something to do with it. But otherwise, we didn't.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.